3 behaviors that destroy relationships, like the vast majority of relationships that I see getting broken down, is these 3 things that are causing it. Number 1 is blame. Blame inside of a relationship is one of the biggest killers, because as soon as we put ourselves in that place where instead of being a team, instead of solving problems together, and instead shifting, okay, you did this, no, it was your fault. As soon as we fall into that blame game, we're headed for relationship destruction every single time. So if you find yourself doing that, stop. Figure out what's causing the underlying reasons behind it. The second thing is disrespect. When we don't speak respectfully to each other, in private and in public, when we start to see each other as the enemy, when we start to let our frustrations, the little frustrations, build up, and we speak to each other in a nasty tone of voice, we make fun of each other, but we don't lift each other up and instead tear each other down. If you're doing that right now in your relationships, or if you've done it in the past, you need to look deeper underneath the surface and figure out why you're doing it and deal with those things. Because disrespect harms you, harms them, harms your relationship, and destroys both of your happiness. The third thing is when we just don't communicate, when we shut down, when we don't talk about the things that are actually going on in our head, when we don't think about why am I feeling this way, and then talking to the other person about it, letting them know, coming from a place of love and compassion, and aiming to create real understanding, asking them questions to find out where they're coming from, and sharing where you're coming from, but in a place of neutrality, where the other person can actually hear you and understand you, and where you can hear and understand them, where you can own up to the things that maybe you haven't done right, before you ask them to own up to the things they haven't done right. 3 very simple things, but 3 things that nearly all of us make mistakes in nearly every single day in all of our relationships: family, friends, and our intimate partnerships. So I encourage you to think a bit more about them, because there's a lot of work there to do. Love you, ladies.